Hey everybody, today's a really quick build to celebrate the Enchanted by Nature release. I did a really small quote unquote enchanted bungalow. It did take me a minute to get the floor plan right, or at least get it close to what I wanted it to look like. I did have to bulldoze it a couple times, but I feel very happy with the floor plan that I eventually came out with. This build was really just to get my hands in and to figure out what comes in the pack, the way everything looks, and some of the ways that I could use them. I primarily focused on using everything that was in the pack. I think that maybe in my next build, I will try to mix it more with some of the base game and some of the other packs. But for this one, if it had something that was from Enchanted by Nature, I used it. But the place where I felt like I need to practice using those items more is the kitchen. And you'll see after the couple of times that I bulldozed the house, I was having a bit of I don't want to say a hard time. I guess it was sort of like a puzzle trying to figure out how to make the kitchen look good, because these types of a build, like more cottagey builds, are not ones that I usually go for. So it was a bit different for me to try and figure it out. But what you'll see shortly is that first I had to bulldoze it a couple times, as you probably have seen up to now. And then I started roofing, and when I started roofing, I realized that the shape that I made wasn't quite right. So I had to go back in and make some more space to adjust the shape so that the roofing would look much better. So I did that. And once that was done, I was finally able to go in and start adding windows and start adding the decoration. You'll see that I personally think, I mean, honestly, I don't think so. I think I used a pretty decent amount of the foliage that we've gotten to add onto the windows. And I felt like that helped it look more woodsy and mystical and enchanted. So I did that. For the landscaping, you'll notice I didn't really do much landscaping. I added a bunch of trees, but I didn't really add any of the foliage outside like I usually do before I start going on the inside. And that was because we didn't actually get a lot of foliage for the outside, or maybe it was tagged wrong. I don't know, but I didn't see too much foliage, like on the ground foliage, to use there. But you'll see, I go into the kitchen, I start adding, you'll see, I did start by adding in the base game counters, but that was just to figure out the placement of where I want everything to go. I put the stove in front of the window, but that quickly changes after I start decorating. So I put the sink there instead. But then I hop back outside. I add the wallpaper on the exterior. I ended up going for this really woodsy, this wood texture that came from the pack. And for some reason, nowadays, whenever you move the house, it automatically sets every room, because of the businesses and hobbies pack that I have. It automatically sets all the rooms to public. So every time I make a build, I have to change it back to residential. But what you'll notice is that I put down some landscaping, and then I stopped for a minute to eat dinner. And when I came back and loaded the lot, my landscaping, oh my gosh, why am I blanking on it? The landscape painting completely disappeared. And I was just so floored. I was like, oh my God, I forgot that this is a glitch. But I was glad that I didn't do much more landscaping after that. Otherwise, I would have been very disappointed at the fact that all my landscaping was gone. But we go into the kitchen. As you'll see, I went for this brown theme, and these purplish dining room table set. It doesn't really go with the colors that I ended up choosing on the other area in the other areas of the house. I went for a more greenish, brownish to match the kitchen color. But for this one, I just wanted something a little different. I wanted something that was bright, that was fun. So I went with the purple dining room set, with a cute little yellow flower. And I added the rice cooker there. I don't know that fairies need to eat. I don't think fairies need to eat, but I guess in my mind, I was picturing a sim that was trying to get into the apothecary skill. So that's why I added the kitchen and the bathroom, because I figured they may or may not be fairies, but let me just add these in so that the sim has, if they aren't a fairy, they have everything that they need to take care of themselves. So then we go into the living room. Again, here you finally see the green furniture that I put in. I did put the desk there initially, but the desk does not stay. What goes there is the apothecary table. And after some rearranging that I did in the bedroom, because I had a moment of I guess questioning my decisions with the bedroom. And after finally realizing, okay, I think I want to go in this direction, I took the desk and I put it in the bedroom instead. There was also a moment where I genuinely thought I was only going to make the bathroom accessible from the bedroom, but that didn't happen. I came to my senses with that. I also tried to get the sort of hot tub situation going in the bathroom. That didn't work out, so I gave up on that. I also entirely gave up on trying to figure out the bathroom for a minute and jumped into the bedroom instead. And even this, what we see now, that's the part where I was like unsure what I was doing quite then. So I end up just leaving the inside of the house altogether to kind of see what I was going to do with the backyard. And frankly, with the backyard, the backyard is when I pull out the apothecary table and I realize I want to maybe go in a different direction with the bedroom and perhaps rearrange the living room just a tiny bit. But what I will say about the backyard is that I didn't put anything because I didn't really know what to do with it. But hindsight is 2020. Maybe if I was to redo this, and I may consider renovating this build a little bit later, when I feel I've acquired better decorating skills. I might try to redo this. But I probably would put a pool or something of the sort. And I think it would have done me good to put a fairy house. So maybe that is what I will do before uploading it to the gallery. If you see that it looks a little different on the gallery, please forgive me. I'm just trying to make it look a little bit decent, a little bit good for, whatever sim is going to be playing in this house or living in this house. And then you'll see I add the trees, and then I start trying to add a bit of different wallpaper here and there to compensate. But yeah, and then I add a few more decorative pieces like the paintings and such. And I did end up using a little bit of the book nook kit. I will say, I'm sorry, I cannot let go of my book nook kit, and I do feel that it does fit in perfectly with the vibe of the build, and I just couldn't make the other bookcase work. So book nook kit it was, with I think some cute little, no, I did the branches, I think. Yes, I did the branches. So anyways, I'm going to leave it off with some music, and thank you for watching.